Smash Bros. Ultimate version 3.0 is rapidly approaching, but what does it hold? Block content. What's happening, my Block buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content. My name is Callum, and this is going to be your content for today. We're talking about the infamous, the great, the awesome, supposedly very full 3.0 update of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, everybody who has seen the Nintendo Direct knows that this is coming and that Nintendo is going to deal out a whole lot more information about what's in version 3.0 very soon. Now, version 3.0 is probably going to be a little bit different than what we had in 2.0. Like 2.0, yeah, sure, it added Piranha Plant and added some, tweaks to the gameplay and stuff like that, but it didn't add any other big things to the mix within Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And there were a couple of things in the Nintendo Direct, this great February Direct that showed a lot of new stuff. It had a tiny Super Smash Bros. Segment. It didn't show all that much. It showed a little bit of Joker's model in Smash Bros. Like landed and did something and, just the model. So that there was not really all that much information about Joker himself. However, Nintendo did come up with a statement. This is an overview of the update. So this is what Nintendo is saying. The fastest selling console exclusive game in Nintendo history is about to spring forward with a free version 3.0 update coming to the game this spring. It says before the end of April, Joker from Persona 5 will be available as a playable fighter. Announced in December, Joker is the first Fighters Pass downloadable content fighter to join the game's expansive cast. Players who want to get access to 5 upcoming downloadable content fighters plus additional stages and music can purchase the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass by visiting the game's official website. Additional details about the version 3.0 update and upcoming Fighters Pass content will be revealed in the future. Also, be on the lookout for new amiibo in 2019 like Snake, Simon, Squirtle, Pokemon Trainer, and Ivysaur. So this is interesting for a couple of points, but we're going to dive deep in what we think that Update 3.0 will hold. Now, they're saying that before the end of April, Joker from Persona 5 hits. So I don't think this will actually be close to the end of April. I think that it might be, we might have to wait this February. We might have to wait the entirety of March, but I think on April 1st, which is the, April Fool's Day, is when we'll probably get Joker, the original Joker, right? Well, not the one from Batman. Batsy? No, not that one. We're going to get Joker from Persona 5. I believe that, I think the 1st of April is the greatest chance that they could do to theme this update, right? So maybe it will just hit, the entire update will hit on April 1st. I think that they will definitely release the update on the same day as they will Joker, because that's the whole deal, when people played Piranha Plant, they also had the new update, so everything was one big wave, and I really like that Nintendo did it that way. So for my money, it's going to be April 1st for Joker. It just makes so much sense. Although Nintendo would likely want to have the more development time throughout April because it's just another month added to it. But it would make the most sense from a marketing standpoint to do it on the 1st of April. What I think is really interesting is that we're also getting additional stages, music, and we of course don't know what the other fighters will be in the pack, but just thinking about that we're going to get more stages in Smash, that's pretty interesting, right? And just thinking about the Joker stage 2, it could be a whole host of the locations from the game, but I think that one of the final stages in that game, in the story mode, will likely be like a Final Destination kind of vibe to it. So pretty generic, but it will have all the style and feel of the Persona 5 game. So it says additional details about 3.0 update and the upcoming Fighters Pass content will be revealed in the future. So the future, they do actually mean March. That's basically when they'll be dealing out that info. And there's also already a rumored March Nintendo Direct. So we didn't get one in January, but we got one in February, and we'll probably get another one in March too, which would be great. And in this March Nintendo Direct, they could possibly tell us a little bit more about what's going to be in that update. I don't think they'll just say when the update launches, this is what's in it. I think that if we are to believe a blurred picture, right, that released on that Nintendo Direct, what's going to be in this? Well, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. I think that they're purposefully having something pretty big up their sleeve right there, and a lot of people have been talking about the possibility of Sakurai adding new game modes. So what do you think could be these game modes? If Sakurai was adding more game modes to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I would bet my money on having either a revamped All-Star mode, because All-Star mode is now very glitchy thanks to Piranha Plant. A lot of people's switches, they kind of get bricked and stuff like that. It's a pretty darn sight. But I feel like if they were to add the classic All-Star mode back, kind of makes sense why that glitched, because they were still working on it, and I feel like it will just be the All-Star mode from Melee and Brawl that people loved, right? I believe also Smash Brothers for Wii U had a similar one, where you basically just have this rest area. You can collect trophies in between battles. You can kind of rest up with your hearts and, gain some, or get down your HP level. So I thought that was great. I was very disappointed that it did not return in Ultimate. As you guys know from my review from this game, I was actually not that excited about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate when it first released. I've now warmed up to it a whole lot more because there's just so much content in there in terms of characters and balancing, but I feel like in the game mode department, it has missed a few beats. So I think Nintendo wants to play catch up with this game and basically say, well, it wasn't there in the start, but what about Home Run Contest? Are we going to smash that sandbag again? Or what about game modes like the target test or board the platforms? I feel like there's probably, if they are going to put another game mode in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, yeah, my money is probably going to be on one game mode. I feel like it's going to be a little bit too big to assume that Nintendo will actually add more game modes than there already are in the game. I think 2 is even too curious to actually add. So one game mode for one free update would be great, because you have to pay for Joker, you have to pay for additional fighters, but you don't have to pay then for that balancing update, and you don't have to pay for a game mode that launches with the game. So I feel that makes a whole lot of sense. I want to know in the comments from you guys which game mode you think should be added when the 3.0 hits, but I think that if you have Joker in the game as an added fighter and he's not all that familiar to Nintendo gamers, you're gonna need a little bit more to flesh out your 3.0, and I think they do that great with adding, well, a game mode that's very dear to my heart, and that's the target test game mode. Now, it's not that easy to port it over, to create it, because with target test come big expectations, right? People really want to have this gigantic array of these target tests per character, so that Donkey Kong has kind of like a Donkey Kong themed one, and then Fox has one that's a little bit more sci-fi themed, and they all have their layouts and their characters. I think that time has passed. Now that we see how many characters are in the game, it would probably have been like a separate part of the development team that should have been developing these target tests, and then Sakurai would just review them when they're done. So I feel like this is very unrealistic to think about if they're gonna add like target tests to Smash Bros. Ultimate. But I could see them doing it in the way that they did in Brawl, which was not a lot of people's favorites because they did it so well in the original Smash, and in Melee especially, there were just too many great target tests. But in Brawl, it was like target smash, and it had these preset levels, but per character you can kind of see how fast you could get them, and basically every character could complete these target tests in practice. And I think that would be a great deal to kind of, there are so many characters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I feel with characters like Sonic, with characters like Ryu, with characters that are, new to Smash Bros. Ultimate, like Pichu, it's really fun to finally have Pichu with target tests again. I feel like there's so much to explore in terms of movesets, in finding out if a character works for you with a target smash game mode. So my money is on target smash. I think that if you're talking about home run contest, that is very, very likely to me too, because it's so simple to port over. They might have not just barely reached adding it in the game. Maybe it's like on the cutting room floor, and maybe they actually are putting it in now. The only thing you really have to do is ported over, change the background because they change the background like every single time, and then it's basically done. And you can put it in the game, and then you'll be like, well, version 3.0 has an update, and it's a doozy because we're adding a new game mode. Oh, game mode. What's that going to be? Yeah, it's just the home run contest that we've played 1,000 times over. So I'm really curious to hear what you guys think will be added to this game. I think that 3.0, if we're blurring out a picture, then it for sure will have something big. A stage builder would be great, but we'll go into that another time. Thank you guys so much. Of course, the people that were in the stream yesterday, it was so much fun. We're going to do a whole lot more live streams and have fun with you guys live and talk about video games, talk about leaks, and of course do some Snake Codex stuff. There might even be a special guest in the stream very soon. And for those of you who donate via Patreon, that's such a big deal to me, and that makes us able to make videos every single day. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, if you're not a member of the Blocked Content family yet, well, you can become our family member. Just hit that subscribe button, the big red button with the white text, hit the bell, and all the news and all the fun, the leak speak, the Snake Codex, and even information like this will be delivered to your doorstep every single day. So thank you guys incredibly much for watching. I'll see you around the corner where there's always more Blocked Content. It's very late. I'm so tired. Thank you. See ya.